13 players? You think that's enough? Do you think 13 players is enough? I don't think it is. I really don't think it is. Well, maybe. If y'all have been curious about where hiding has been for the past couple of years, if you are a viewer of this channel, you may know that I was in college the last y'all heard. Yep, I was in college. But now I'm not. Okay, I have a question for you. I have a question for y'all. Would you call it dropping out if you only went to college for one semester and you only took one class? You finished the class, but you just didn't go back to college. Is that dropping out? Is that what that is? I think that's what that is, but I just didn't go back to college. I only took one class. I wanted to see if college was it for me because it was either college or getting a job. So I was just like, okay, I'm gonna try college, and then if that doesn't work out, I'll get a job. So I go to college and I'm like, I don't know, because I really don't know what I want to do. And I'm sitting here like, do I really want to spend all this money to get a degree that I'm not even sure I'll use? And I was just like, I'm not about that. I'm going to get a job. It's not so easy to just say that, I just got a job. It really wasn't like that. It took me 6 months to actually get my job. So, I mean, it was my first job, but still, it's kind of crazy to get your first job in 6 months. It's kind of weird to think about it because it took me 6 months to find the job that I'm at. But when I applied for the job, they called me back in like 2 days, in like a day. Yeah, it was like a day. They called me back in a day and they were just like, do you want to interview? And I'm like, yeah, sure. And I interviewed and I was like basically hired on the spot. And it's just like, it took me 6 months to get this. 6 months of long searches. Man, I'm so grateful for it though, because I do really like my job. I really do like my job. It's a pretty chill job. I'm not really mentally strained a lot there. I'm not super stressed out. So I'm like, yay, I do actually really like my job. And that's one thing I was really worried about getting my first job is like, I was worried about not liking where I'm at and having people who, don't like me and aren't very nice. So that's the big thing I was worried about. But I don't have those issues at my job. So I'm like, yay, I'm actually having a good time. One thing that I actually really like about my job is the fact that I get paid. That's kind of important to a job is that you get paid. When I first started working, I was like, man, this feels like $1 million. Like I'm literally rich. I get money every single week. You're telling me that I'm not rich right now? Like, come on. I have $1 million. Like my net worth is like at least 300, I'm rich. And now that I'm a year into working, I'm like, they call this minimum wage for a reason. It's really not all that much after you start, having to deal with bills and cat food because you have 4 cats in your house. Yeah, it starts to mean a little bit less than it used to. One thing I didn't expect, okay, now listen, before I say this, I just want to clarify that I am homeschooled, okay? I did not have a public school education, so I don't really know if this is accurate or not, but being at work kind of feels like how I feel like high school would have been, okay? Like we get all this like coworker drama and everyone's talking about this and oh, guess what this person did? And it's like, doesn't this kind of feel like this is something that should have been in high school? Like, I don't know. It feels like this is something we should have left behind. I say that, but at the same time, I'm sitting there, I'm just like listening. I am full on listening. Like I won't start stuff. I won't say anything. But if you've got something to tell me, oh, I'm going to be sitting there. I'm going to be listening. I'm going to be listening for sure. It's like, I don't want to be a part of it, but I like to be in the know. I guess I would be kind of a hypocrite to, say that all of this is like high school behavior, talking about people, when I'm over here just like, I love to listen to it. I love to listen to all of it. I do. So it's hypocritical of me, you know, but oh well. Oh well. Speaking of being homeschooled, I had this one time where it was only a couple months ago actually. I'm not, you know, super quiet about the fact that I was homeschooled. If somebody asks me, where's the high school that you went to, you know, I'm just gonna be plain straight up, and I'm gonna be just like, well, I was homeschooled, so I didn't technically go to high school. I did, but just not, you know, a public high school. But anyways, I'm not very quiet about it, so I kind of assume that everybody knows already. But I had this one time where one of my coworkers was asking me, she was just like, do you think that being homeschooled changed, you know, this and this, you know, just a question about me being homeschooled. And one of my other coworkers perks up and she's just like, you were homeschooled? And I'm like, yep, that's me. And she was like, that makes a lot of sense. And I'm sitting there like, is that in a good way or a bad way? Does that make sense in a good way or a bad way? And she just starts going into all of this about like my behavior and my mannerisms, how I speak. And I'm just like, oh my Lord, it doesn't sound like this is a compliment. It really doesn't sound like this is a compliment. Guys, is it obvious? Is it obvious that I was homeschooled? Please leave your answers in the comments below. At least compliment me when you say yes. One thing I do want to do, I want to save all the bad stories. Like, I've got some pretty big ol', you know, customer stories. You know, I work in customer service. Of course I've got some stories to tell. But I want to save them for another video. I do have an idea for a video. I want to make a qualms about customer service video where I just complain about people. But I don't want to do that right now. So I'm trying to figure out something to say. Which kind of sucks that the only thing I can talk about with my job is complaints. I say that I like my job, but do I like my job? If all that I can talk about is complaining, do I really like my job? It's kind of crazy because, especially in customer service, you could be having the worst day of your life, but you have to be smiley and cheery and happy all the time, because if you don't, the customer's going to be angry at you. They're going to be angry at you. It really stinks, because it's like, can I not just chill out for a day and not be all upbeat and positive? Can I not just be calm and normal like I am and not have to be all like energetic and stuff? I don't know. I feel like a clown sometimes, like in a circus, trying to be all happy and positive for the customers. But I guess that's just the name of the game. That's just how it is. But it's not too bad. Like, I don't have too much of a problem with it. But still, some days I'm like, I just want to calm down. I just want to be chill. I don't want to have to worry about all this. But hey. We did have a day where a customer drove into the building because she accidentally hit the gas instead of the brake. So there's one entertaining story. I have a couple of like big stories with my job, but I'm kind of like, I want to resist. I want to hold off on those stories. I want to put them in like one big individual video, you know? But that's one big thing that happened. There was a customer who drove into the building because she accidentally hit the gas instead of the brakes. Like, that's something you think only happens in cartoons, but, you know, it happened in real life. It actually did happen in real life. Honestly, I just want to give y'all a little bit of a life update. Let y'all know that, you know, one thing that happened in my life, I got employed, and that's partially the reason why I didn't come back to this YouTube channel, because, you know, I'm over here working 40 hours a week. You know, I got stuff to do. I got stuff to do. And on my days off, I'm just like, I don't really want to do anything. I just want to chill out. But now, I'm changing my mindset. I'm getting stuff done. Even if getting stuff done is like chill stuff like this little Minecraft YouTube channel. Like, this is nothing. This is like a little fun hobby, you know what I mean? It's nice to be able to say that I am a YouTuber who actually contributes to society, though. Like, I actually do something for the world. I mean, it's not something big. I just, you know, check people out at a cash register. But hey, that's me doing something for people. I'm actually a part of society now. Isn't that crazy? It's like, maybe if I did end up going to college, I could actually be a bigger contributor to society, but Oh well. Oh well. This is how my life is now. This is how my life is. But it's like, that's the thing about life. You always have the option to change your mind, So it's like at any day I could be just like, well, I don't really want to work at a job anymore. I want to go to college instead. And then I can go into debt. But, not as bad because I do actually have money. I do sometimes save. Sometimes. I do save sometimes. With life, you can just kind of change your mind. You can just do whatever you want. It's your life. It's your life. Maybe don't do whatever you want. Don't murder people or something. Don't do that. You can do whatever you want in your life except murder. Don't do that, please. Moral of the story is, do what you want with your life. Because it's your life, it's nobody else's. Who cares what the haters say? It's your life. You do whatever you want. Except for murder, of course. No murder. Please. And I think that'll be all for today. If you liked the video, please like and subscribe. Because it would be helpful. It would be helpful for my YouTube journey. I'm basically starting from scratch, I think. Because, I don't know if anyone who's actually watching the channel actually used to watch my old videos. So if you are from, before I stopped uploading, thank you for still watching. That's very nice. If you're a new person, hi, I'm Hiding. Thank you for watching. Whoops. I guess that'll be the outro. Bye.